Grandstand Bettors here with your daily free sports pick for Sunday, June 20th. But first, a happy Father's Day to all our Grandstand Bettors out there that are fathers. We hope your day is very special and you make sure you get a best bet winner today. But before we get into our NHL pick for today, just a recap on yesterday's Brooklyn Nets versus Milwaukee Bucks Game 7. The Bucks are moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Well, they'll either face the Atlanta Hawks or 76ers. We'll know that by the end of today. The Bucks and the Nets went into overtime. Our pick was over 215. Although the score might say that it was 115-111 and it might have not got there in regulation, it actually did get there in regulation. It was 109-107 with just under a minute left. That was a nice winner for us to pick up. Durant had 48 points in the game, but 0 points in overtime for the Nets. I know a lot of people are going to get on Durant. Where was he during overtime? But let's be honest. If he didn't hit that turnaround shot at the end of regulation, they wouldn't have even gotten into overtime. So he did all he could. It was really on the role players and the bench in that game. 0 points from the bench in 20 minutes played. Just awful from the Nets. On the Bucks, Giannis, just another great game. 40 points, 13 rebounds. The bench didn't do anything really on the Bucks as well, but their starters had hell of games. I'm going to tell you right now, Pat Connaughton was the only bench player to score. He had 9 points. The bench played 29 minutes and only the 9 from Pat Connaughton. But they did get enough, and those 9 points may have been the difference in the game. So Bucks are moving on. We cannot wait until the Eastern Conference Finals. The Western Conference Finals start today with the Suns Clippers. Tune in for that. But today we have an NHL pick. Before we get to that, just a little bit of housekeeping. Our best bet leaderboard is going very strong this month. Greenwood has taken, I think, a 3-unit lead, somewhere around there. If you haven't joined the Best Bet Leaderboard Challenge, today is the last day to do it for June because you have to have a minimum of 10 bets in the month. All you have to do is subscribe, hit that like, and put your best bet in the comment below. All right, without further ado, let's get into our free pick for Father's Day, Sunday, June 20th. It is in the NHL. Speaking of the NHL real quick, did you see the end of the Lightning Islanders game? I woke my wife up because I was screaming so much. Unbelievable. Pollock on the Islanders with 2 seconds left basically threw his body in front of the goal to stop Johnson from scoring. Just an unbelievable end to that game. It's 2-2 in that series. But we're looking at Vegas and Montreal tonight. We have picked them in this series before. I'm going to tell you right now, we're probably going back to the well, but we've been back and forth on what the bet should be for this game. Listen, Vegas has put up shots 30, 31, and 45 in the first 3 games. Carey Price has been out of his mind. Just an unreal playing in the playoffs, especially in this series. Kind of reminds me of him about 3-4 years ago when Montreal was even that much better. But they look to do the unthinkable and get to the Stanley Cup Playoffs. Vegas, though, is not going to go down without a fight. They're unfortunately 0-10 on the power play in this series. You got to think they're going to break out of that. They actually are getting more penalties than the Canadiens. They've had 10 to Montreal's 5. You got to think that's going to even up a little too. So is the bet on the Montreal Canadiens? You're getting great value, plus 160 there. Or do you think Vegas is going to come back and maybe just destroy them here in Game 4, and they have plus 160 on the puck line? Listen, Stevenson, he was out in the second and third game. He is a defensive liability if he's not out there for Vegas. He hurts them if he's not out there for Vegas. So we'll see if he comes back. Listen, we went back and forth. Do you take Montreal with the value? Do you take Vegas on the puck line with the value? You know, we're going to stick with our bread and butter. We went over 5 last time. We're going to go over 5 again here. There's been 5 goals in all 3 series, and there's been 1 power play goal out of 15. You got to think the power plays are going to come. The goals are going to come. These teams, these offenses are too good to not score on the power play. So I know Carey Price has been unreal. I think the value here is actually over the 5. Vegas, again, can always put up 4 or 5 goals like that. I expect a fast and furious first period from Vegas. They're going to come out. They're going to try to knock Montreal in the teeth. I expect them to score maybe 2 goals right off the bat, and maybe Montreal does get to the power play and even it up. There could be 3 goals here in the first period. So we'll see how it goes. No less than 5 goals, no more than 5 goals in the first 3 games. So we're going to stick with the bread and butter, and we're going to go over 5 goals here. So enjoy Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Playoffs tonight. Enjoy your Father's Day. Smash that like button for all the fathers out there, and have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.